There is more than one powerful warrior in Asgard, and I'm not talking about Thor. Join me on day 5 of my Superhero Pride Month challenge, and let's talk nerdy about the bisexual warrior guide of the dead, Valkyrie. But before we get into that, go ahead and leave your answer in the comments below to this question. Valkyrie shows up at your house demanding food. What are you feeding her? Valkyrie's first appearance in the comics came in the Defenders issue number 4, and Brunhilde, that's her real name, was the first of the Valkyrie, which are a group of powerful warrior women of Asgard who would lead the souls of fallen heroes to the realm of Valhalla. It sounds very nice. But on one of her many space adventures, Valkyrie was captured and her powers were stolen by the Asgardian supervillain the Enchantress, who used Valkyrie's image and power to commit evil. If you've ever seen the Jordan Peele movie Get Out, it's kind of like that. But eventually Valkyrie's conscience was able to escape and bond with a human host, and she was able to regain her full independence again. Don't worry, she gets her own body back eventually. It's not like she's gonna get out and then she's gonna go get out someone else. She's a better person than that. So what exactly can Valkyrie do? Valkyrie had Asgardian physiology, so naturally she had super strength, speed, durability, stamina, but because she was the greatest of the Valkyrie, she was above the average Asgardian. She had a healing factor that would allow her to recover from serious injuries in a matter of hours. She could get torn up by this savage monster, but after a 2-hour nap, she's all good. Valkyrie can see the death glow of a person, so basically she knows when they're about to die, and she could potentially save them from that death. And if she happens to fail at saving that person, she is able to teleport their soul to the realm of the dead. She has to make a lot of trips there. But on top of all that, she's a master of warfare, hand-to-hand combat, strategy, and weaponry, and her most iconic weapon is Dragon Fang, an indestructible sword made of the fang of a dragon. She also has a flying horse named Aragorn. That tells me she was a big fan of Lord of the Rings, and I love her for that. Valkyrie wanted to make up for all the damage caused by the Enchantress, so she would often join with superheroes to protect not just Earth, but the entire universe. And she would become an active member of the Defenders team. And no, not the Defenders from the Netflix series, the comic book Defenders, who are lightweight OP with the likes of Doctor Strange and the Silver Surfer on their team, like they're crazy. Valkyrie was even a part of Steve Rogers' Secret Avengers team, which was basically a Black Ops version of the Avengers. If you need supervillains put down for good, you send Valkyrie. Now let's talk about Valkyrie's most notable romances, because I love love and I want to talk about it. Now in the comics, Valkyrie is bisexual, and while she didn't have a ton of relationships, like her true love was the battlefield, there were a couple of people that held her heart. The most obvious one is her relationship with Thor, and it makes sense because, you know, they're both warriors, they both love battle, they bonded over that. And it doesn't matter what your sexual preference is, if the Marvel version of Thor is trying to get at you, you at least think about it. And then you have Annabelle Riggs, who was this archaeologist that met Valkyrie and fell in love with her, which, like, how could you not? She's awesome. And for a while, it was more of a one-sided love. Like, Valkyrie wasn't really giving her that time of day, but over time, they started to bond. And then they literally bonded together because through superhero shenanigans, they ended up having to share a body. So both of their spirits was in one vessel that they would both switch back and forth of depending on the situation. And through this literal spiritual bond, they did fall more in love with each other. And you best believe the drama they went through once they broke up but still shared the same body was spicy. But I liked Annabelle. I thought she was adorable and she was very good for Valkyrie. But now it's time to talk about our answers to the random question. Valkyrie shows up at your house demanding food. What are you feeding her? Valkyrie is a warrior, so she needs a hearty meal, and I don't like cooking. I can cook, I just don't like to do it. So I'm ordering her 4 extra large all meat Papa Murphy's pizzas, and maybe 3 order of breadsticks to go along with that. Ooh, now I'm hungry. But what do you think of Valkyrie? Where does she rank on your favorite superhero character list? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, go ahead and hit the like button, and then be on the lookout for tomorrow's episode where I talk about the most powerful magician in DC Comics, arguably, John Constantine. And if you missed my previous video talking about Catwoman, go ahead and click on the box right here. and I'll see you in a bit.